Hello everybody, and welcome back to Shadows of Doubt. It's been a while. I've missed, I think, like the past 2 or 3 weeks when I was supposed to play this, so there's been a bit of a gap, so I've had plenty of time to think and figure out what I'm doing. So, I've got some ideas of things we can yes, if I can learn how to speak. I've got some ideas of ways that we can approach this crime. So for those who don't remember, and it has been a while, so I wouldn't be surprised if most of us don't, the murder victim was, I believe, stabbed, but maybe they were shot, in their apartment, and we never found the victim's partner. And obviously we never found the killer. Alright, I need to remember how to play this game. I think X is what I'm looking for, yep. So I've got some ideas of ways that we can approach this. But basically what we've got is we have a fingerprint. That's about it. This is pretty much the only evidence tying the killer to the crime scene. I've got a couple of possible suspects of who the killer could be, based on surveillance footage. And we're going to investigate them, some of these things. So 1101 is one of our possible... So, as mentioned, I've had plenty of time to think about possible evidence and things like that. So we're going to hopefully be able to find it. So we're looking for an AH type fingerprint. So I do have some possible leads. So as mentioned, there's the two people that we saw on video footage were both possible suspects. I still can't rule out the partner of the victim. And right now, I'm just checking fingerprints from people in the apartment building, because there is a statistic, I believe it's also true in this game, that like, I don't know what percentage it is, but like, significant amounts of victims know their killer. Or rather, it's more accurate to say, I guess, that the killer is known to the victim. But we're just filling out our fingerprint database. I don't like all these notifications along the bottom of the screen, but this is kind of the... Hello? How do I talk to people again? Ah, I have to take out the thing. Alright, what's your name? Mind your own business. Okay. Do you know this person? Oh, come on. You're really not going to cooperate with me, huh? Would you provide me your fingerprints? Hell no. No, can't be too surprised. How about you? What's your name? None of my business. People are so uncooperative. Then again, I don't suppose somebody's suspicious. Okay. No, I've average build. Okay. Saw them at 602 Colombo Towers. Okay. Maya, hello. 602, okay, that's actually kind of useful information. And then you say none of my business. Okay. Alright, do you know this person? Alright, fair enough. Hello. What's your name? Hello. We're just, continuing the investigation, alright. Tell me about this person. Saw them today at Moore Boulevard around 4 PM. That's, like, very recent. Yo, hang on a second. I think it's like, it's only like 5 PM now, so... Saw them at Moore Boulevard. That's just here. You know this person. Yeah. People aren't really giving me much to go by. I need something to drink. You have... Alright. This person. 11. Okay, so they must be somebody who's around here. It's good to know. I need a drink. Where's a drink? Coffee. Yes, please. Help? Where's this person yelling out for help? You okay? What's your name? It's personal. Well... You know this person? I'm pretty much just talking to everybody, hoping that... Mon Dieu. Why are you saying my god in French? This person. Everyone keeps telling me that this person is around Colombo Towers, so they must be somewhere around here. Yeah, I think 602 was the place where somebody said they saw something suspicious. I know it's the most useless lead ever, like, oh, I saw somebody suspicious. But it's about as good as it gets in this investigation. Five. Okay, we need to go up one more floor. Okay. 602 is this one. I think I've already come here. Because I know this person's name, so... Okay, it's kind of a bit of a dead end. Alright. Something else I was going to do was actually look at all of the people in the address book. So let's go check out Gordon in 804. 804 should be this one. No, 804 is here. AK. Fingerprints AH, okay. Hello there. You know this person? Do you know this? Saw them at the 12th floor landing. You saw them at the 12th floor landing. That's the 12th floor was where the murder took place. No? To 1004. 101 and 1004 we'll check out next. Pretty much I'm just trying to eliminate everybody in the victim's address book as a possible suspect. That's essentially the state that we're at. Why are these ones written in different handwriting? Right, because there's two people. I think these are all people that Annika knows. Daniel, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Sorry if I missed your message if it was a little bit ago. I've been concentrating a bit on this. Come on. You gotta tell me, do you know this person? Even for 50 bucks? If somebody asks me for 50 bucks, do I know this person? I'm gonna like answer them, you know? Alright, well unfortunately both of the leads that I was gonna try sort of came out to nothing. You played FNAF for the first time, your mum did, you play, you're at night 4. Hey, that's awesome. Wait a second. Why is this door open? Ica Rodriguez. This is the cop. This is the cop that's interesting. Yeah, night 4 is really where it starts to get challenging. You're doing well, Daniel, to be up to night 4 for your first time playing and stuff. Hopefully it's not too scary. I know the game can be quite frightening. Hopefully it's not too scary for you. Rodriguez. Why's my man's got a skull? Identified human remains. But for your next stream you should play FNAF. Eh, maybe. Like I said, it was a sub goal. It was a subscriber goal, and I didn't get it, unfortunately, so... I don't know. I feel like people aren't that interested in watching me play it. It's something I'll consider. Maybe for like, Halloween or something, I might play it. Saw them around Colombo Towers, bro. It's so useless. $802. 4 round. Got one more floor. It's something I'll consider, for sure, Daniel, but it's not something that... Like I said, there was a sub goal. We didn't quite get there, so... You're one of my possible suspects. I have your fingerprints. Oh, thank you for the fingerprints. I wasn't expecting her to just give me the fingerprints. No way! I actually found out who that person was. Yubi Zhong. This is huge information. Okay, so Irie's taken off as a suspect. Her fingerprints don't match, but this is Yubi Zhong. Oh my goodness, that is huge information. Alright, now I need to remember how to find where people live. I've been looking for this person for so long. They were at the murder scene, folks. They were at the murder scene. I have notifications on Discord. Yeah, I need to find out how to Cassian's calling me out. It's a breakthrough. I've been waiting for so long for a breakthrough. I don't remember how to find out where people live though. You know this person? Do you know Yubi Zhong? Yeah, you saw them, man. It's pretty much useless information. I think I need to get to a phone directory. Right? Hey bro. What's your name? Nothing to do with you. Well, I was gonna give you some money, but you're not even gonna tell me your name. It's a bit rude. Where's a phone booth? There's a phone booth over here. Can I go to City Hall? No. The place I'm in is a cold. When you say the place that I'm in, do you mean where I live? It's reasonably cold. It's not super cold, but... Hey. Wajong. 1301 Colombo Towers. Alright. Alrighty, let's get them. I've been looking for this person for so long. I finally found somebody who recognized them. And was like, yeah, I know that. That's Yubi. 14 degrees Celsius is not reasonably cold. I mean, it gets worse. Some days when in like 4 AM, it's like 2 degrees. Hello, sir. What's your name? You're not telling me? Okay. Grab a photo resolution case. Let's go up to the 13th. Yeah, it's winter right now, so of course it's going to be at least a little cold. But it's not that bad. Today's not that bad. This person has a whole floor to themselves. See me. Apparently this person isn't even the right person. Their fingerprints don't match. It's you! You're Yubi Zhong. Just like in her underwear. Have you seen anything unusual? Seen something suspicious? Okay. They're of average height. So we're looking for a person of average height, average build. Saw them around 3 PM at Moore Boulevard. They were near the brew house, headed south. I mean, that's like 3 hours ago. They were in a hurry to get somewhere. Okay. Okay, I'm willing to pay you some money. Yeah, you're pushing your luck here. Really? For $100? You're not going to tell me about... Somebody, could you provide me with your fingerprints? No way, you say. Oh, stuff here. Is the house you live in a hotel or a house? I do live in a house. I'm not like on holidays, so I don't live in a hotel. Hey, Celestial, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome to the Cousin Yarns. Let's head back to the ground floor. Let's keep going through the whatchamacallit. I haven't actually confirmed that it's not Yubi Zhong. Hey! Hey Harold, welcome. Up in the sky holding a plate of spaghetti. Oh, lucky you. It's 1301. Reported murder at 8:04. Oh my gosh. There was another murder. Oh god, I was too slow. The killer killed somebody else. It's in the building that I'm in. Oh no. Hey. I don't really want to say your name. Nugget, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. I can't believe there was another freaking victim. I was too slow, so they killed again. Oh god. The heck? This is the 8th floor, right? Has moved faster, I'm trying, but they've sealed off the entire floor. We gotta break into this place because I need to get the scoop, as it were. I think I hate to say it, I don't like saying this, but I think I kind of had to have somebody else get murdered because I was literally out of pretty much out of options for my investigation. Where's my flashlight? How do I turn on my flashlight? I'm looking for 804. Hopefully there's not cops in here, because that's going to be very awkward. Shotgun? Okay, okay. Yeah, here's the victim. Take their prints. Inspect. Unknown citizen. This is another victim. Alrighty. They were also killed with a gun. No. Their victim was slashed to death by a bladed weapon. Okay, so I need to figure out who this is. Got like an ID or something? Oh crap, the coppers in here. Oh, the coppers are in here! Oh no! I actually got here faster than the cops. Oh no. I'm gonna have to hide in this cupboard until the cops leave. Alright, what do we know about this victim? So I don't think that UB is responsible, but I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea who this guy is, the victim. Alright, well, we're going to be hiding in this closet for a little bit. Till the police leave. Alrighty, is there anything in here? Aha! Kalina Rush. This is Gordon! Gordon was one of the people in the address book. Yo, this is crazy. Okay, so the case is getting more... Oh, there's fingerprints in here. This case is getting more complicated. So, Gordon, I remember seeing his name. Yeah, this is Gordon. So Gordon is the second victim. He was found... He was friends with Wendy, who was the first victim. Okay, okay. Are the cops still in here? They are still in here. The heck does it say? This is the murder. Go. That is so disrespectful. The cop took a poop in the murder victim's house. So disrespectful. Wow. Imagine you... I cannot believe that. The cop actually did number 2 in the victim's house. It's the same killer, man. The same killer leaving a business card. I'm assuming this is the killer's boot print, but I don't really know. Don't tell me that the cops are still in here. I think the cops are probably left by now. Yeah, they've set up their tape, so they've finished their investigation. Okay. Is the killer actually... There's a lot of fingerprints that the killer has left. Yeah. AK. Why has the killer touched so much stuff? Does the killer live here? I think the killer might live here, guys. I almost feel like that has to be the case. Okay, I need to figure out what the control is for the flashlight, because I can't remember. Left alt, okay. I think the killer lives here, guys. Why else would the killer's fingerprints be everywhere? Like on stuff that there's no real business for the killer's fingerprints to be on. Yeah! So the killer is asthmatic, which is kind of interesting. Gordon Torres. Okay, let's get this straight. Gordon is not the killer, right? No, I'm looking for AH, not AK. No, I made a mistake. I saw the similar whatchamacallit? Yeah, no. All the fingerprints I've been finding were AK, but I'm looking. But the killer is AH. Fingerprints. So that's my bad. I miss. I'll take your money. He's an organ donor. Okay. I just got. In other words, I just got too excited. I saw that. It could have. The fingerprints looked like for a second that it was the right one, and I was like, oh, this must be it. He's an accountant. Where the most exciting thing that's happened to him was getting murdered in his life. I'm just kidding, I love accountants. Is there any other information out here? It's not his fingerprint. No, it's the victim's fingerprint. The fingerprint that I was getting really excited about was the victim's fingerprint. I was like, oh, it must be the... There we go, now we've formally linked AK to Gordon. Over. Yeah. Anything on in the calendar? Alright, Evan's birthday. Wait a second. Reducing accountants? No. Wait a second. I assumed this card was a calling card left by the killer, but it's got Gordon's fingerprint on it. Why would the victim's fingerprint be on... What does this even say? I can't read this. P-U-T-A. P-I... I'll put a pin in it, I think is what it says. Because that was the graffiti, I think, at the other murder scene too, right? I think, yeah, it also said put a pin in it. Has the killer left any fingerprints? Okay, now I'm confused. Look at it from below. I'm pretty sure it says put a pin in it. Oh. Again, Gordon's fingerprints on this. It's very confusing. Why would the victim's fingerprints be on the graffiti? AH, there we go. Alright, so the killer was here. So I can confirm that... So I've got fingerprint evidence tying the killer to the crime scene. But why just in here? Why was the fingerprint just there? That's so strange. I'm gonna try and find his password. Do you live with somebody? Carolina Rush. So he was diabetic. He had pretty powerful glasses. Darcy Meyer. Well, I suppose it could be possible that the landlord could be the killer, right? Like, both of the victims died in the same building. It's certainly not impossible that the killer could be the landlord. Did the killer leave a fingerprint on the door? How does it connect to the first victim? They both live in the same building. That's the connection. Okay. If I can get back to where the surveillance camera was, I think maybe we can... Oh, if I can remember where the surveillance system was. Yeah, literally the only information they have to go by on assuming that is the I haven't actually scanned this area. What am I saying? It's literally just that they both live in the same building, so for whatever reason, the landlord is murdering them. Oh no. I accidentally logged out of the computer. I'll take that. I don't know if I can get back in the computer. Can you? He is placed under probation. I don't know if I can get back onto this computer now. Yikes. Oops. Okay, well I'm gonna have to track down Catherine McKinney to find her login details. Oh no. I need to eat something too. Let's go grab a bite to eat. Hey, you know, how you doing? There was a second victim. I was too slow. My current operating theory is that it's the landlord killer. For no particular reason. It's just the only connection that I can find so far between the two victims. They live in the same building. Buy a donut, please. Right, Catherine McKinney. Catherine McKinney. Where's Catherine McKinney at? M for McKinney. C McKinney. She lives in the basement of a particular building, okay. Fair enough. I mean, I can relate. Like, right now, I'm living in a basement as well. In the game, not in real life, just to be clear. Are you Catherine McKinney? Can I come in and take a look around? I'll pay you $50. Welcome, come on in. Oh. Bro, you live in terrible working condition. Why'd you turn off the light? And then you get stabbed. Stop switching off the light. I'm trying to see her in here. Are you leaving or what? Why? Oh yeah, you're leaving. Okay, fair enough. I don't know why you just leave a stranger to, like, roam free in your house, but... I'm trying to see if she's left like a note with like her password on it or something. But I don't think she's done that. Unfortunately. Works from 9:30 to 6 PM Friday to Sunday as a janitor. Yeah, unfortunately she hasn't left her password behind on a piece of paper. People often do, but not always. Birth certificate. She's O+ type. She weighs 6 point... Oh! I was reading the birth certificate and I was like shocked that she weighed 6 pounds, but it's like, no, she weighed 6 pounds when she was born, not right now. I was thinking like, how the hell is this possible? Like, no, this was a newly born infant. I think that's kind of normal. For a newborn infant to weigh 6 pounds. Yeah. It's pretty standard. Alrighty. I do still need to get back on the CCTV, so let's try that. Okay. Where is Colombo Towers again? Let's get back to the Colombo Towers. So she's actually on duty, so we might be able to catch it. Have you ever eaten churros? I have eaten churros. They're quite nice. This person is sitting on nothing. Oh, the chair hadn't loaded in. Churros are very nice. They're like a long donut for those who've never had one before. Yes, churros are very tasty. Are you eating one now by chance? So you're very fortunate. I'm very envious. They're very sweet. They can be. Depends what like topping or whatever is put on them. Definitely kind of screwed myself here now that I switched off the computer. Because I would have been able to use the CCTV footage to identify the killer, but I kinda screwed that up. I still have no idea how to track this particular killer. They're very, very good at not leaving any evidence. Let's try and get on Gordon's computer and see if maybe we can find some information on that. Okay, so we're gonna need to see if we can find Gordon's password. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait for them to log in and then come back, but I don't know when they'll log in again is the problem. Or if they'll leave the computer running. Or we close the fridge, eh? Money. I'm not the type to turn down $8. Search the trash. You got anything in your trash? Nothing. Vase. You guys say vase or vase? I usually say vase, but I said vase for some reason. This is kind of funny, actually. So this person has asthma, but they also have a pipe, tobacco, lighter. So they're obviously... I mean, I'm not saying that people who smoke... and ashtrays. So obviously this person has asthma and they smoke. It's not a very good decision. They have asthma to smoke. How'd Gordon get taken unawares with a shotgun? Well, he must have felt comfortable enough around the person who came into his house to... Oh shit. What's the number I need to dial to... Last caller. Who's the last caller? I'd have to get the information. I mean, I just tried calling the previous victim's house. Gordon. Well, Gordon, I think I'm gonna have to try and track you down at your workplace. So you worked at Onyx Incorporated. Alright, let's go try and find him there. Hello, police officer. Because of my previous investigation where the killer was a cop, I now... Aha! Oh crap. Okay, so they now have arrived at work. So I will be able to get to the computer. But not while they're in there. Alright. For now let's track down his place of work. I don't know why I'm allergic to taking elevators, but Alright, so let's try his place of work and see if we can find something there. Okay, I need to eat and I need to drink first though. I did also read that you should buy a newspaper. Apparently buying a newspaper is a really good idea. Because, the news somehow, they can pick up on clues that you missed in the, like, article about the case. God, this place is, horrifying sight. The murder of Gordon Torres, who was fatally slashed at 8:04. Believed that Torres was a resident of the tower. Yeah, the message "put a pin in it" was written on the wall. There's a bounty on the capture. Okay. See, that's useful information. That's useful information, guys. So it did say put a pin in it. I believe it also said put a pin in it at the first victims. Reading the newspaper lagged the stream. Really interesting. Okay. Because now I'm thinking, maybe the theory that the landlord is the killer isn't so crazy. Because put a pin in it is like telling people to shut up, right? Is it possible that, like, the killer is just an angry neighbor who's upset that they're making a lot of noise? Like, the crazy thing is, like, I can't say that's not true. That's not a possibility. Wait a second. They both worked at the same place. No. That's what they've got in common. They both worked for the same employer. Nah, man. Nah. Maybe I've been looking in the wrong place the whole time for clues. Maybe I should be looking... Hey, where's, like, their workplace records? Where are your employee records? Are these your employee records? These are just random piece of paper. Wait a second. AM, okay. Okay. Profile. Because the thing is, to use the employee database, I need to know a name. So I do need at least that much information. Yeah, let's try and find Gordon's desk and see if we can... Secret envelope. Toxicology report. Whoa. Paxidol has the potential to induce side effects. Is this killing about, like, medical scams or something like that? Like, the medicine is, like, is not good? Bro, the plot keeps thickening. Yeah, I don't know if anybody uses these desks. It's the bathroom. Okay, well, let's check the kitchen, because the killer's fingerprints could literally just be, like, in the kitchen, right? Like, if we're operating under the theory that the killer is a disgruntled colleague. It's entirely plausible that their prints could just be in here. They've acquired the key for the storeroom. I wish I could switch off the lights. I could barely see. I'm gonna pick the lock. Switch off the fuse. Security system. There you go. Security system's off now. Okay, here we go. This is where the employee files are. Okay, Sarah Gill, AM. It's you! You're the killer! It's freaking you! Riko Tamura! You're the killer! You are Breaking Bad. No. Riko Tamura. HR administrator. Crappy handwriting. It must be her. Where do you live? What's your address? We can find her address elsewhere. I mean, while we're here, we may as well flick through all the records. Because it's entirely possible that... Yeah, Gordon. It's entirely possible that we could, what's the word I'm looking for? Rika! Your name is is Ramina's year of birth. Who's Ramina? Rico. Ramina. Well, this is her computer. This is... I believe this is the killer's computer. Let's check her emails. How did Kaz know? I found her fingerprints. Rico. Okay, well, we've found the killer, I'm pretty sure. Profile. Tell me more about you. You live at 604 Maya Heights. Alright, good. So we've got her address now. We know almost everything about her. Her password's 1919. Five to 7 shoe size. Well, the boots were size 7, so... Again, that's further evidence that it could very well be. Apple. She's just got a freaking Apple core. She was placed under probation. This is the motivation! She was placed under probation by Wendy. For what? No way, dude. That's insane. She was placed under freaking probation by the killer, by the victim. But why kill Gordon? What did Gordon do to you? Oh, I'll take that. You're leaving something valuable on your desk, Gordon. You gotta expect that it's gonna get stolen. I know you're dead, but... $8,278. Okay. Alright, well, I'm pretty confident we found the killer now. Who would have thought that all it would have taken was to actually just go to their workplace? Okay, so you live at 604 Maya Towers. Alright. Maya Towers. No, I need to get out of the building to access the map. I can't believe it. A freaking breakthrough of the century. So she was literally mad that she was put under probation by Wendy. And then she just started popping off her work colleagues. Alright, Maya Towers. Maya Heights. That's where we need to get.
So make it work hard for you. Just ask your work about our paycheck exchange program.
This is unbelievable. It's huge information. Huge if true. Well, we still need to investigate. So, the only evidence that we have tying her to the deaths is the fact that her fingerprint was found at both crime scenes. We know that she was a disgruntled employee. Does that really count for much? Probably doesn't really count for that much, right? Like, people get mad at their bosses all the time. That doesn't mean that you kill them. So 4, here we go. Somebody's coming to answer the door. Good morning. Alright, you're under arrest. No one's inside, you sure about that, Harold? Let's get her fingerprints. I waited until she unlocked the door, then I knocked the door down. She's got somebody else living here. Can't believe you're the killer. Whoa, hey! Did you know that your partner is a freaking murderer? Ah, my leg's broken. Bro, this guy's defending a murderer. Well, my leg's busted now. A mirror. take your money. Is this the murder weapon? I think this could be the murder weapon. My freaking leg's broken. Yeah, well. It's time for me to make my exit. Probably close the door. Alright, I need to get out of here. Alright, let's resolve the case. What's the killer's name? What is it? Riko Tamura. We have evidence to place them at the crime scene. Fingerprints. Where does the killer live? 604. Heights. I think that's how you spell it, right? Yep, 604 Maya Heights. I located the murder weapon. I think the box cutter is the murder weapon. Right. It's going to take us a little while to hand in this form. My leg is kind of fruit caked up. That guy broke my leg, man. Why was he defending a killer?
This building has entered a security protocol. Dodgeco thanks you for your cooperation.
Alright, Doc. Can I buy some, can I buy a splint? My leg is, like, fruit caked up right now. Beauty. Maybe it was his wife. Sugar daddy? That's right. It's basically you get paid money, but it takes up one of your like upgrade slots. You know, it was definitely like the partner of the killer, I think. But I just want them to know they were defending a murderer. Let's hand in the case. Here we go. Let's see if we got it right. Ah, we didn't get the murder weapon. To be fair, I didn't really look for the murder weapon. I was sort of just like, I want to get out of here. We did it. We solved the case. Harold, are you proud of me? Photography. No, I'm not doing another photography job. What business concern? Okay, let's take this job. Oh, I'm now social credit level 5. Okay, tell us more about this job listing. This number. Okay, we can archive this case now. Close the case. Case closed. 800-16... Oh, Bongo Kaz, Bongo Kaz. I just noticed I needed a Bongo Kaz. Have I don't think I've put a Bongo Kaz on this. Oh, here we go. There it is. About the job, meet me at blank. What do you mean meet you at blank? Ask about Carter. Make it sharp, won't be here much longer. You didn't tell me where to meet you. It said meet me at, and there was nothing. How am I supposed to find this person? Am I really just gonna have to run around the whole city looking for somebody drinking a cola? Is it you? Are you Carter? What's your name? No, it's not you. Whoa. Why are you so short? Why are you so short? This person's like 130 centimeters tall. This is a child? I don't know where I'm supposed to go for this case. They didn't tell me where to meet them. It makes things kind of difficult. I'll take another job, I guess. Ask the staff for Okafor. Tell me about Okafor. Supposed to give you this, okay. It's a photograph of where a briefcase is hidden. I have to find a briefcase based on just a photo. Surely you gotta give me more information. You don't want anything to do with this? That's fine. Tell you the truth, I don't want anything to do with this case either, but... You know... Okay, it's at a laundromat. I think I know where the laundromat is. It's somewhere around this... There, here it is. It's here. It's a kid. I'm assuming it's a kid. I have not seen any adults that short before. Okay, here's the briefcase. Yeet. Alright, tell me about the job. Okay, who is this citizen? They're a QA technician with diabetes. Is that enough information to find somebody? So if I know their job, they're a QA technician, so they work in software development or something, right? Can I get that kind of information at City Hall, maybe? I feel like that's the sort of information I can get at City Hall. Hey, thanks for the head pats, Harold. Like how the enforcer's office is just unlocked. These are the cops, mind you. The head pat's on the other side of the screen? Is it really? I must have forgotten to move it. Ah, it is on the other side of the screen. There we go. My bad. Okay, I need to do a bit of work still with this scene. I haven't really prepared this scene for actual use. Hey, the Ghost of Lucifer. Welcome. How was your stream? What did you get up to? Oh, you were playing some Assassin's Creed 3. That's actually the last Assassin's Creed game I played. But welcome. Hopefully you had an awesome stream. Thanks for choosing to raid me. It means a lot. Oh, it is 2. My bad. I saw the exclamation point and I thought it was a third digit. Assassin's Creed 2 is really good. I loved Assassin's Creed 2. Wasn't a big fan of Assassin's Creed 3, if I'll be honest, but... Hey, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it, Lucifer. But hopefully you had an awesome stream. Like I said, I have played Assassin's Creed 2 way back in the day. It's fun. How am I going? I'm going well. I just solved a murder, actually. It took me way longer than it should have, but I did find out who was guilty. Yeah, much appreciated. Choosing to rate me. Alright, let's try and find a business that might have a QA technician. Building supplies, commission group, associates. So which of these looks like the name of like a team management? Escapade Solutions. Could be. But yeah, right now I'm looking for the name of a business that might have a QA technician. Harris Ward. So these are hospitals. I don't think they would have a QA technician. Management. Don't think so. Street clinic, laundry, lobby systems. Okay, this could be another place that has a. Gotta go. Need a rest? No worries. Have an awesome rest, and hopefully I'll catch you around again some other time. Okafor. Okafor was the name that I was asked to ask about when I got the job. Presidio Technologies, okay. Sign Industrial. No, I don't think it's this. Red Corporation. Red Suite System. Could be them. Okay, so we've got a list of businesses that we can check out, but first I want to check out Okafor's apartment. I think Okafor is either the person who gave me the mission or the person who I'm investigating. So that was way too specific a name for it to just be a coincidence. That's the name I was told to ask for. The elevator glitched. Ah! I thought the elevator glitched. It wasn't working. I was like, where? Okay, I need to go up to the 7th floor, that's fine. I can walk up one flight of stairs. The 804. Okay, are you Okafor? BO. It's a very unfortunate fingerprint name. Hello, what's your name? Nokia Okafor. What's it to you? Can you give me your fingerprints? She's just gonna give me... This is the most trusting person I've ever met. They're just like, yeah, you know what? You can just take my fingerprints. Have you seen anything unusual? Nothing. Okay. Do you have any spare change? Yeah. It was worth a try. CFCG. Okay, so it's not. They aren't the person I'm investigating. Their fingerprint's different. Okay. I guess we just start looking for the. Through the technology workplaces, I guess. This really isn't ideal. I'm gonna delete that other case because the other case glitched out. Like, they just didn't. They told me meet me at nowhere. So I think that's reasonable. But I'm gonna try and see this case through to its conclusion if I can. We're pretty much just waiting for the next murder to happen anyway. So QA technician. If you guys were a QA technician, where would you be? Basement. CH. Looking for CF. Hold your horses. Is it business being done out of a bathroom? CD. Why is the bathroom like forbidden? CD. CI. Escapade Solutions. What's your name? What's your name? I can buy drinks here. So it's a bar. Okay. Okay, so this place has nothing to do with technology. It's a gambling den. Right, let's try Right Suite Systems. Yes, it's a gambling establishment, so they got nothing to do with needing QA. Sweet system. Hey, Nathan Crawford. Where have I met you before? Can you give me your fingerprints? Yes, you can. Thank you. Can't remember where I've met Nathan Crawford before. Oh. Hey. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. He freaking broke my leg. Okay, well, it's not this business anyway. All the fingerprints are stuff that I've already, oh, crap. I've already got all the fingerprints of everybody from this place. Well, now my leg's broken thanks to friggin' Nathan, you know. Thanks a lot, dude. Imagine just breaking a man's leg for no reason. It's so rude. All I did was I accidentally walked into his business. And then he was like, nah, you're gonna pay for that. How rude. How rude could you get? Let's try Presidio Technologies. This is the second time this episode when my leg's been broken. And both times, to be fair, both times I was breaking into a location, so I can't be too upset. Yellow Robe Towers. Oh, this is Presidio. Okay, well. Depends if someone is defending themselves against a trespasser. I mean, like, the first time, I'll give you that. I was definitely trespassing, and I was definitely in the wrong. This time, I literally just accidentally walked into this, this establishment, and I just get beaten up. 921. Hjalmar Nilsson. Like, I will admit that first time I was breaking into the house of... Admittedly, it was a murder suspect, and I had reasonable grounds to suspect that they were a killer, but... Okay, based on those employee files, the person is not here either. Everybody's got their password just like on their desk. Like, this is the real danger when it comes to hackers, guys. Like everyone is like, oh, hackers are like these dangerous people that somehow will like just log into all your devices and then like they'll just ruin your life like that. You're much more likely to get social engineered than to get like hacked. Like, most good hackers don't actually have to do anything illegal. They just get you to hand over your information. Because most people will just give information away. Like, not freely, but like... They don't always think, I guess, is the point. Chemistry set. I broke a snack jar, so I deserve the death penalty, I guess. I was trying to put down the snack jar and I accidentally threw it. Triggered an alarm. Oh. That was very unfortunate. Alright, lobby systems. Lobby systems. It's the only other tech-related thing that I could easily figure out. Hey, that time Admittedly, I did break into a place, but come on. Why did I deserve to get shot for that? The world's lost all its color, man. God. You need both your legs broken? Hey, it's not my fault. I just broke... My crime that time was breaking a snack jar while trespassing. So you're telling me if somebody broke into a house and broke like a cookie jar, they deserve to be executed for that? This is a bit harsh. It's a crime of the highest degree. This is where I need to get to. See if we can break in through a vent. I feel like it's less of a crime if you break in using a vent. Whoa, this vent is freaking shiny. It feels more like you're invited in if you go through a vent than if you break in the front door. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It's like, if the vent was unlocked, they obviously didn't mind if somebody broke in, right? This is the imposter. What do you mean imposter? In this game, I've never impersonated anybody. Okay. Why is this vent just a dead end? Okay, I think I might just have to break in through the front door. I'm sus. Oh, I'm sus. Okay, I thought you were accusing me of like impersonating somebody. I'm like, I don't do that. I'm not a bad person. I may be an occasional criminal, but I'm not a bad person. Okay. Emergency meeting. Kaz is sus. No. Okay, the door code to that room just there is 1931. Diamonds? Here we go. Okay, well, none of the businesses I checked have this guy on like their record. All right, we're gonna have to rethink our strategy. I assumed that, and correct me if I'm wrong, would not a QA technician be employed in a tech company? My possible bouncy on my head is very high right now. Alright, I need to unload these items. I've got some hot property, let's just say. Alright. I need to find a place to unload some hot items, shall we say. Well, it's not lobby systems. Lobby systems has nothing to do with this. I suppose any of these could be it, right? I need to find a fence. I need to find somebody that I can sell these diamonds to before I get busted. Could the management businesses be it as well? I suppose so, right? Ah, Q systems. I didn't check Q systems. Okay, Q systems is probably the most likely of these. Laundry. Is it cooperative? Yeah, let's check out the Lonely Lothario corner. Apparently this is a pawn shop. But if any of you guys in chat ever seen those shows where they like my inventory's full. They like the person goes to the shop and they're like, best I can do is $50. Like they go to the shop to sell like their old like antique thing, and then the guy's like just tries to rip them off. The one with Rick Harrison, the bald guy. I can't remember what it's called. Something. I don't remember what the show's called. When does this place open? I need to unload these items. Like, this is actually like hot property right now. Alright, well we'll figure it out later. I'm carrying 3 diamonds. This is the problem. I don't want to get robbed. I had to do a lot of stealing to get these diamonds, and I don't want to be robbed. Okay. Go up the stairs since it's only the 5th floor. Back when I was at university, there was a class that I had that was on the 10th floor of a building, and every time I would take the stairs. Don't ask why. Why? I don't know, I just... it seemed like a good idea at the time. Why do I feel like I've been here before? It seems very familiar. Zero, 1, 0? Yeah. Oh my gosh, people keep giving me so much juicy loot to steal. Like, you guys can't complain about being robbed if you leave all this valuable stuff lying around. It looks like the last case office. Yeah, it looks really similar, you're right. Yeah, don't touch the snack jar. Apparently that's going to trigger the World War III alarm. Oh crap. Oh crap. Okay. Okay. Let's get out of here. Maybe I'm not cut out for for spy work. I've been caught so many times. Clumsy cat. What can I say? I'm the world's worst cat-ective. Stealth minus 100, yeah. I mean, I never got to the employee records is the problem. Like that could be the place. That could be the place. That's the problem. I think I heard the security barriers open, so yeah, the security barrier is definitely opened. Alright, let's pick this lock. Okay, employee records. Yeah, well. Hey, why is the alarm going off? I didn't do anything this time. Okay, 6th floor. To go up 1 floor. Oh, it's because I'm wanted. I'm wanted by the law. Oh no, have they been able to identify me? That's not good. If they've been able to identify me, I'm in a lot of trouble. They're gonna be like, hey, this is the... I just fell through 3 flights of stairs. Not really sure what happened there. My legs are actually completely screwed right now. I glitched. I literally clipped through the stairs and I fell down like 3 flights. Yikes. Okay, well. Is that a medical? Please tell me you sell medical stuff. You're not. Okay. Ah, here we go. Here's the medical clinic. Bro, the doctor in here is probably sick of seeing my face. And it's a different medical clinic than the one I usually go to. Please. I'm dying. I guess we're gonna be a bit more careful going upstairs, because I don't want to look through the stairs again. We're going up to the 6th floor. At this point, we're literally just breaking into every business in the city to find out who their QA technician is. Can we get in through... ventilation? Or do I have to pick the lock? I think I might have to pick the lock. I got a decent amount of lockpicks, so it's not that big a concern. Okay, we're able to break in just like that. That's nice. 7381. Yeah, well, it's not Amber Corp. Let's try the one at City Hall. City Hall seems like it might be a bit safer to go to. Well, we're getting... Technically, if we break into every office and get every single person's fingerprints, the only possible people... If we get every working person's fingerprints, the only people who we won't be able to figure out who the killer are, ironically, would be the homeless. So, like, if you're homeless in the city, you actually have an advantage in terms of committing murder. I want to see if the pawn shop is open. It's, ironically, being homeless somehow is an advantage in terms of committing murder. We're looking for management. Business. Keeney's management. Sage. That's a hospital. Enforced Division. It's also the Enforced Division camp. Rosemary Ward's another hospital. I think this is another enforcer. Yeah. More enforcers. Another ward. Wait, so where's the... Kearney's management, located at City Hall. There's a lot of hospitals in City Hall, eh? Gamma enforcers. Delta enforcers. Delta enforcers. Rosemary Ward. Why are there so many hospitals that are... Sorry, clinics at City Hall? Need it. Enforcers. Another ward. Power room. Bathroom. Is it here? This is the enforcers again. Wait, so where is this management? Or is this considered the management? What's your name? You're Mallory Alston. You're supposed to give me this? What? Ah, this is for the case that I'm already undertaking. Oh, shh! Oh my goodness. This person just started shooting me, man. I will admit, I was trying to get her fingerprints. I didn't think I would get shot for that. My goodness. Far out. Tried to take their pistol. Not their pistol, I tried to take their fingerprints. I like how this restaurant is called Thanos. Okay, well, let's just keep going to different businesses, I guess. Okay, let's try Cowman Enterprises. They seem like the kind of business that might need a QA technician. Yeah, bro, I have no idea how to find this, Like, I assumed it would be a tech firm would have a QA, a QA technician, but apparently everybody has got a QA technician. Everybody and their mother has a QA technician, apparently. Oh, here we go. Wait. Murder case. Hey, hold up. It said Meeks Boulevard. No. Does that mean that the person was killed in public? Okay, well now this case takes a back foot, you know. Valentine Killer, yo, that's a... I don't want to say it's a great name for a killer, but that is a pretty great name for a killer. Yeah, where's the body? There should be a crowd, no? Are you the victim? No, you're just sleeping, I think. But where's the victim at? Alright, let's follow the enforcer. The enforcer probably knows where the victim is, right? Ah, here we go. Oh, I see what they call the Valentine Killer, because they killed them in a... Then they left them in like a heart. Wait, is the victim is a cop? This is an enforcer, right? Victim. So we've got the killer's fingerprint again. How am I supposed to get more evidence? What evidence is there? Let's actually inspect the body. Search, yes. revolver. Work ID. From Andreasen's management. Mateo Andreasen. They were killed with a knife. They were slashed to death. Okay, okay. So this is the victim's gun, so that's not relevant. Okay, this is the victim. Wait. Andreasen's management. So they own their own security firm. Fingerprint is DO. Okay, okay. I'm gonna like freeze to death in a second. Alright, let's head to their apartment first. Hey, Kingbone Jangles, thanks for the raid. Welcome, welcome. I'll give you a shout out in a sec. I just need to check this victim's body again. Alright, I'll give you a shout out first. Welcome, welcome. Hey Niklaus, how you doing? I've seen you at I think Imp streams. Oh, playing some Valorant. How'd you go? Did you get a lot of wins? Yes, welcome Raiders. I'm Kaz. We're trying to solve a murder right now. So let's see how we go. Okay, I'll pin your work ID. I don't think your gun is relevant. I'll pin your wallet because it's got your address. We'll actually head to your address now. What's the death? Time of death, alright. This looks fun. Yeah, it's a procedurally generated detective game. So it's a very unique game for sure. But yeah, hopefully you had an awesome stream. Seeing if there's like maybe a footprint or something around, but I can't find anything. Alright, I'm gonna get out of the cold, I'm gonna freeze to death. You like the style of the 3D pixel? Yeah, I mean it's a nice style. It's kind of retro, but also it looks good. Like some of the effects in this game are actually quite good. It's just that like overall the actual textures are very basic. Alright, I'm gonna freeze to death in a second. So yeah, how'd you go with Valorant? Did you get lots of wins? Anything like that? I don't know that much about Valorant to like offer more commentary, but hopefully you at least got a few wins, didn't get too salty. Well, you got some good wins, nice. That's all you can ask when you play a game like that, is to get some good wins. Alright, so we're going to check out the victim's apartment and see if we can find some clues there. So they were killed in broad daylight, which is kind of shocking. Didn't look like there were any witnesses though, unfortunately. So pretty much all the evidence we've got to go off is a single fingerprint. Okay. Just knocking to make sure there's nobody in there. Oh. I got your note, sorry, but I can't hand over surveillance footage to anyone who asks. I ain't seen no tall male stalking around. So he was being stalked. Wow. That's scary. A tape recorder? What's a sync disc? Damn, he was being stalked. Oh! He has like a full security system. Crap. Oh. Well, this isn't good. This is a really bad look for me. I broke into the murder victim's house. Alright, we need to get out of here. I didn't realize he had like a full security system set up. That's kind of nuts. Classic Kaz, yeah. Size 13 boot, size 10 boot. Why are there two different sizes of boots? Is it normal to have two different sizes of boot? They must live with somebody. Yeah, that's crazy. So he was being stalked. Just confirmed. What was confirmed? DP. Yeah, he must live with somebody. That's somebody else's fingerprint. Was DP the fingerprint of the killer? DO was the fingerprint of the killer. Okay, okay. Two 894. Okay, let's try that. If you're in FNAF and you check the cameras and Foxy's in there, what do? You close the left door as soon as possible because you're about to die. Oh crap. I read a note just telling me what the password was and I already forgot. 2894! Whoa! Oh my goodness! Just came home. Ah! They came home, man. Holy crap. More legs will be broken. No, I managed to avoid getting shot. Oh my goodness. I was not expecting to get shot when I got out of bed today. That was them. They didn't recognize me. Alright, gotta be quick. That and Pion. Okay. Aha, the safe. Diamond. Pistol ammo. Upgrade file. Oh, there's so much stuff I want to steal, but... I can't steal everything. I need to I need to get better at this sort of stuff. Alright, I got a name at least. Da-un Pion. I need to unload these diamonds, man. It's you. Oh, she recognized me. I need to go, I need to go. Good thing that nobody knows who I am, otherwise I'd be in trouble. I just have face in the crowd. Just like that movie with, what's his name? The guy who played Matlock. Oh crap! Everyone's trying to kill me, man. The alarm is ridiculous. You're telling me, baby. G, baby. Everyone's out to get me, man. I've been shot at 3 times today. And that's not even counting the times I was shot at in game. Okay. Pion. Okay. I should have added them to my, crap, how can I see my... Oh. Search. It doesn't have them. Okay, let's check out his business. Presence management. Yeah, we'll go check out his business. Because apparently his house is too dangerous right now. So his business is apparently on the first floor. If this is his business? Oh, he's a security guard. Wait. Okay, this is where he worked. Anderson. Yeah, Mateo Anderson. Laurel Lincoln. Pretty small. Get up. Okay. In FNAF, who is Springtrap? He's only in FNAF 3. You don't have to worry about him if you're just playing FNAF 1. Oh, there's a vent right behind the computer. Okay. Security. Okay. Violence. Are there even any cameras connected to his stuff? I don't even know. I wish I knew his password, but I don't know his password. I think his password might be like the only thing that I don't actually know about him. Well, I've never heard his voice either. I can't confirm his height. I don't know his blood type. Do I know his passcode? Oh, 6239. Okay. He's got another diamond. Why is everybody just rolling diamonds in their bloody Killer Among Us? Mateo and D forever? Ayo, hold up. I think the person that killed him is the person he's living with. No! It can't be. Surely not. I think the killer is the person who lived in his apartment. Was he trying to leave them or something? Maybe he was like maybe he like wanted to break up. No, surely not. I need to sell these diamonds, man. These diamonds are burning a hole in my pocket. I think so, because it said the newspaper. Yeah, let's read the newspaper again. Yeah, for whatever reason, the newspaper updates. You only ever need to buy one newspaper. The message scrawled on a nearby wall: Mateo and D forever. Mateo and D forever. I mean, the D is like the. It's the name that she used for herself in the note saying like to remember her password. She's like, don't forget this password, D. What time is it? In game, I mean. It's 8:41. When does this shop open? I want to sell these freaking diamonds, man. I want to sell these diamonds, man. I'm pinning this place because I need it. Sell. Poison? Why do you sell poison? It's like a chemist. This is like sorry, like pharmacy. Oh. I'll memorize everybody's face. I like to think that my character's got like a photographic memory. So once I see a person once, I'll never forget their face. Let's head back to Meeks Boulevard. I wanna get another look at the murder scene. I wanna take some more happy snaps. Okay, they said they're on a wall nearby, it said Mateo and D forever. Ah! Wow, how was I supposed to read that? This is where it says that. On that wall there. Like I can, like now that I know that's what it's supposed to say, I can see it. M-A-T-T-E-O and D for it, and then it cuts off because of this, like, this stuff in the way. And where's the right towers? And head back there now. Right, sweets. Whoa, that was a very loud thunderclap. Where's the elevator? Is there no elevator here? Ah, now it's coming. Alright, hopefully that woman isn't still there. I mean, who else could it be? We got his address book, right? Yeah, we did. Does he know anybody else whose name starts with D? Do Yun. Wait a second. Do Yun. I think the killer broke into his apartment to get something. I think she was the killer and she broke in to steal something. Hold up. This is getting out of control. 1801. Because Do-Yun is listed here as being... I wasn't going to rename it. 302 Right Sweets. It's you again! No, you're not getting away this time. This time I got a stick. Friggin' under arrest, Do-Yun. I think it's you. It has to be you. Oh no! It's two different people! There's Da-eun and Do-Yun. Oh no! Oh no! I think this woman's innocent. Alright, well... let me just grab your fingerprints, please. Oh no. How do I get your fingerprints? Doing. Now there's supposed to be a way to get their fingerprints, but it's not doing it for some reason. Wait a minute. DP. It should let me take her fingerprints, but it's not letting me for some reason. Yeah, well, at least now I've got free reign to check out the house. You're not being followed, it's just your mind. Take the pills. I think it might just be this woman, the woman he's living with. Like, DP is the fingerprint from the crime scene. Works at the Hyacinth ward. So he was paranoid. He thought he was being stalked. Can I eat this? Feel sick after eating that.
You work hard for your money, so make it work hard for you. Just ask your work about our paycheck exchange program, and we'll take care of the rest. Kensington Indigo.
I honestly think that this woman is the killer. Okay, well, let's head to the Hyacinth ward and we'll see if we can get the fingerprints real quick. This is a really confusing case. Hey, Loaf, it's been a while. How have you been? How have you been, pal? Hope you're doing okay. Rise again, indeed. Hopefully you've been doing okay. It's been quite a while, I feel like. When was the last time you came to a stream? You're back from fighting God. Oh no. Pain relief, antidepressant, anticholinergic, sleeping tablets, insulin, alcohol. Hey, One True Jelly Bean, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Cousin Yarns. We're just playing a detective game. Is that a cat? It is a cat. Hopefully the voice doesn't put you off. How are you, Jelly Bean? Hope you're doing good. We're just trying to solve a mystery right now. I'm on the precipice of a major breakthrough. Somehow. This case has been bizarre from the start. You won the fight? Nice. That's good, that's good. Well, not only attracted by the cat, but also for the voice. I don't know, I've had a couple of people, like, come to my streams and be like, oh, your voice really doesn't fit. And then they just, like, left. Like, bam. DP, yeah, this is the killer. No, DO is the freaking killer's fingerprints, you bozo. So I just beat up an innocent person for nothing. Whoops. Well, I still think it might be this Do-Yun person, so 302 right sweets. Alright. Bean dance, yeah. You're here because it's 6 AM and you want to watch a cat solve a murder? Well, you might just get that. I've been... I've been a bit hit and miss in this game, but I think I'm onto something this time. Alright, I've got all these diamonds that I acquired, and I need to try and get rid of them. But the shop where I'm supposed to sell them to is always closed. So fingers crossed the shop will finally be open. Yeah, so the person I arrested was innocent, just in case you missed that. If you don't solve this one, I can give you another murder case, yo. I need another handcuff. I kind of wasted my handcuffs. Alright, let's buy more lockpicks. Bloodhound tracker. Flash grenade. Some of these things are insane, man. Some of the stuff you can buy. Please tell me you're open. Please. How are you not open, bro? It's 10 AM. This is ridiculous, man. 302 right sweets. Alright, let's go to the house of the person who may actually be the killer, rather than this innocent woman that I beat up in her own home, who was not the killer. I got confused. They had a really similar name. It was like Da-Yun and Do-Yun. It's my lack of understanding of Korean names, unfortunately. Has seen me. Why are there so many people? Which house is yours? This one, 302. D.O., yeah, this is it. This is you. You're the killer. This is the killer's house. The fingerprints match. Light switches. Light switch, hello? Why is your light switch behind the microwave? You're the killer, how do you know? I don't. But I don't like him. No, I do actually have evidence for this. This isn't just a baseless accusation. 2551. Okay, let's check her computer. Let's check her safe first, actually. This is always the best. This is an upgrade vial, which unfortunately I can't take. Let's check a computer. You. Oh, it's a man! Do Yun Ryu. Interesting. There, we can unpin that. This is you. Do Yun Ryu. You're the killer. Wow. You weighed 8 pounds at birth. That's quite heavy for a newborn, right? I'm not trying to, like, say there's anything to that, but... Mateo, yeah? You've got Mateo in your address book. I mean, he had you in his, too, so I suppose it's only fair. Okay, identify last call, please.
So make it work hard for you.
Unable to get last call. It never works, I feel like.
Program, and we'll take care of the rest. Kensington Indigo.
He's fat, so he must be the killer. I don't think that that's true. Wait a minute! QA technician? No! It can't be. There's no way it's the same person. No, it's not the same person. They have different fingerprints. Bro, I was gonna be like... Is this a joke? Bronze management. Okay, okay. Bronze management. If this was the same person who I was looking for in the other case, that would be absolutely insane. Because they're both QA technicians, right? It was entirely possible. That's nuts. That would be the biggest coincidence of all time if it was the same person I'm looking for in both the murder case and the personal case that I took. Okay, we need to find out where bronze management is. Okay. Bronze management. In the right suites. Everything is going off in the right suites today. Go sell the diamonds. I want to, but the diamond store is closed. Not the diamond store, the pawn shop. 10th floor. Okay, we can't take this elevator all the way up because this elevator stops. This is the elevator we need to take. Sell it on the black market? Yeah. That's basically where I'm going to sell it to, but I can't. If the pawn shop is closed, I can't sell it. Where's this dang elevator at? Is it coming? It's coming. Okay. 10th floor, please. Okay. It's real office hours right now, folks. So I can't just break into the office because there's people here. Cotton & Associates, Bronze Management, here we go. Hello, unknown citizen. What is your name? That's personal? Your name is personal. Do you know this person? Do you know frickin' Ryu? You work with him, that's Do-Yun Ryu. Loves houseplants. They're here right now. Oh, can you go get them for me, please? Can you provide your fingerprints for investigation? I know we've never met before, but... It's you. Well, well, well. Well, 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 well. Hey. You're not telling me. Okay. Do you know this person for 50 bucks? Alright, do you know this person for 100 bucks? Okay. Do you know this person for 200 bucks? Do you know Mateo Anderson by any chance? As if I tell you, I just paid you 200 bucks. You know them, that's Mateo. Yeah, really? Loves nature. Really? You saw them today at Meeks Boulevard around 5:45 AM. That's crazy. They were near Lambert Street. Really? Huh. Did you by any chance give me your fingerprints? Alright. Goodbye. No, he admitted it. He basically admitted to committing the crime. He said, I saw the victim at the time that the murder took place. Where's the murder details? Yeah. They were killed between 5 and 6:15. And they said, I saw them at the site of the murder at 5:45. They admitted it. They essentially admitted to the crime. Alright, I'm gonna try and do this legally. How much for a tour of this place? You can issue a temporary guest pass, it will cost me. That's fine, I don't care. How much does it cost? Here's the money for the guest pass. Alright. Pretty nice place here. Yeah, really? That's insane, dude. Okay, I now have permission to wander around. $6942. Okay. Am I allowed in here? I am allowed in here. Okay, I need to resist the temptation to steal from these people because that will actually make them upset. Can we arrest him now? I can't just like arrest people because arresting them involves beating them up. Okay, I was not allowed. My guest pass did not allow me to break into. Shit. My guest pass did not give me permission to break into their their whatchamacallit. Oh. Great job, yeah. Ah, what the heck? They're taking my money away. Ah, for my crimes. Crap. Ah, because I chose to sleep. Yeah, so I got punished for my crimes. Okay, they didn't steal my diamonds, that's good. Steal my diamonds. Yes. As if they're my diamonds to be stolen. You know what? That wasn't so bad. Sometimes you just need a good trip to the hospital to, like, to fix yourself up. Okay, well, I know exactly who the killer is now, and I can prove that it was him. Yeah. Because what's happened in, like, the first couple of cases I solved, I had circumstantial evidence that it was them, but I never actually confirmed it was their fingerprint. So actually getting the confirmation it's his fingerprint is really good. I mean, steal stolen diamonds. I would never steal. Like, if I'm in the middle of an it's open! If I'm in an investigation and like there happens to be something valuable on the floor, that's not my fault. Wait, what the heck? Just took them without anyone's knowledge. Yeah, exactly. Like, somebody attend to me, please? Sal, here we go. Right. How would you like these diamonds? Don't worry. Oh, that's interesting. The diamonds have different sale prices. That's cool. There we go. We sold all of the diamonds. We finally unloaded all of our stolen property. Yes, I don't need this place's location anymore. So at this point, I know almost everything there is to know about Doyun. Borrowing without letting people know, I'm just borrowing. Exactly, guys. See, everyone is backing me up here. They know that I wouldn't commit a crime. If people want to accuse me of committing a crime, that's their business, but they can't prove anything. Borrowing items and selling it. I mean, I was gonna give it back, but I can't remember who I took it from, so... Besides, I need the money more than them. Unmod me, I don't want to be affiliated with this criminal. No, Maya, please. The only other person I could mod is Harold. Okay, so at this point I'm just looking for the murder weapon. He's home! Wait, is this you? Is this him? Yes, it is. Alright, you are under arrest, mister. For crimes against... nature. I don't know. Oh, he's got a credit card. I've never seen somebody with a credit card before. There it is! That's the murder weapon! He was freaking carrying the murder weapon with him. Was he gonna kill again? Did he kill again? And now I'm kind of scared. Okay, Valentine Killer. The name of the killer. How do I spell your name? Oh. Confirm. He's been arrested. Do I have evidence that placed him at the crime scene? His fingerprint. Where does the killer live? 302 Wright Suites. Have I located the murder weapon? Yes. You're still questioning the wrench in the kitchen? The wrench could have been a murder weapon, but the victim was stabbed. Let's go. Let's get out of here. You're all in? Me too. I'm all in on this case. I still don't know what social credit does. My social credit is at rank 5 apparently, but I don't know what that means. Alright, is this going to be the first case where I get 100%? Oh, all in on making him a mod. Is this the first case where I get 100%? I've never gotten 100% on a case before. Okay. Killer name, arrested. 100%! I got everything right. I've always either missed the murder weapon or I missed, like, the fingerprints. Confirming the fingerprints. 250 social credit. 2,200 bucks. Hexia. Alright, let's close. Let's put this case to bed. Well, we know that bronze management isn't the place for this guy anymore. And we don't need this. You're all in committing a crime for me to solve. You're welcome to try. I will solve any case. Our room. I'm just gonna quickly check the fingerprints on this area. EA Sports, it's in the game. EB. what's a depth to finish off this episode? I swear, I'm just as bad as the killers that I'm catching. Xanrius, hey, it has been a while. Hope you've been doing well. Alrighty. Lucky cat. Who are all you people? QA technician. Hang on. QA technician. We needed to find a QA technician for that. Who are you? Go unknown. Oh, slipped over. What's going on? Yeah, no, I feel that. You know... Never mind. Jason McDonald. Ah! Do you know Jason McDonald? You work with them, that's Jason McDonald. Yeah? Loves music. Yeah. That's crazy, man. They're here right now. Whoa! Can I have a tour? You can issue a temporary guest pass. Yes, please. It'll cost me. Alright, I just need to make sure that I don't try and... illegally access their employee files. Jason. Are you... No, Jason. Hang on. Can I borrow your fingerprints? Nah. It's worth a try. I'll just get them from your desk. BG. CF is the one I'm looking for. EC. Well, hang on. How many fingerprints you got on your desk? BU. Yeah, I think I might actually have to get into the employee records. Confirm it. No. It wasn't him. So it seems like a lot of businesses have a QA technician, so actually figuring out this particular case is going to be like, actually like, I don't want to say it's impossible, but it's going to be really hard. Jason McDonald works commission group. Is that what this is? Oh, this is the commission group. Okay, this is one of the people that I wanted to actually check out. So you're irrelevant now, Jason. Alrighty. We'll wrap it up there, I think. We solved 2 murders today. And we're getting close to solving this mystery, this whatever it is. And we found out where to sell our stolen loot, which is probably the best part of today's episode. Oh, this is open. I mean, if it's just sitting here, I'll take it. Wait, is this... No, this isn't my apartment. Ending already? Sad? Yeah. we'll end it here. Alright, let's overwrite. Alrighty, so that's our third part of Shadows of Doubt. I'll definitely come back to this at some point, but next time in this time slot, I'm going to be playing Potion Craft. I saw Maya play Potion Craft, and it made me, like, I was like, I have to play this game. Did it save? Let's just create a new save, just to be safe. Potion Craft, yes. I watched you play it, and I was like, I have to play this game for myself. So that'll be in the same time slot that this was next time. So look forward to that. I'll definitely play some more Shadows of Doubt. Might play it maybe off stream and do just YouTube episodes, or maybe I'll stream it again sometime, but we'll see. I definitely do want to play more of this for sure. So look forward to more Shadows of Doubt, hopefully soon. Until then, I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.